So welcome back, everyone. This is going to be part two of the Price Trap weekly outlook, and basically going to be going in depth on the other pairs. As I was finishing up the last session, I pretty much went in depth on the break and retest like concept and what happened more structurally. So, but again, I wanted to gear this towards marking up the rest of these pairs as I only have four of them done. So I'm just going to keep going on the rest of them here. Sweet. So the Canadian dollar to the Japanese yen. What I do is I reset, I delete everything. I go to the most recent level of a ceiling from that wick to the body of the candle, and then again at the floor. So I see a floor right here, wick to the body of the candle, and those are our zones. And also, if you look in the past, just because of this zone I marked up here, if we look left, we can also see that this zone was played off of here as well too. See. Okay. But yeah, like as soon as you mark up the zones, you can pretty much get a good idea of how relevant they've been previously as well. And again, just like Christopher Terry has always mentioned, in order to understand the future, you need to understand the past. Yeah, I did do if you watch the part one video, I go pretty much in depth on retests, candle closes, things of that nature. There's no such thing as a validation candle, at least in my opinion. Sure, you can call it that when you see the candles break out. And like I was mentioning in the rules as well too, like this is it. This is the official rules, right? Wait for a break, wait for a retest. Once it confirms, you enter. Okay, and then of course, price doing that is a downtrend or it's a shift in momentum or an uptrend, right? The only way that you can really know what a confirmation candle is or like a validation candle is like if you just go simply on the charts and you watch them. Chris has been known to actually enter based off of like watching a candle just break out after the retest, and then as soon as the candle starts moving, he enters. Right, full confidence, no fear. Um, but again, this is also like your own personal trading journey as well too. So whatever you feel more comfortable with when it comes to entries, go ahead and do that. Right, I don't want to influence anybody in the wrong way and have any types of backlash or anything like that too. So to make sure that I'm compliant and just giving away information that should be taken with like a grain of salt to add to your repertoire. When you watch these videos, I mean, keep in mind that I'm still a student as well too, right? I'm still a student as well too. I'm learning things every single day about the markets, the charts, about really everything. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like study more than you trade. When you see these validation candles, when you see these confirmation candles or whatever idea you want to call it, just watch. Try not taking a trade, just maintaining it. Let's say you put in a here, for example, like let's say let's see which one of these happened. Yeah, like this, for example, Euro GBP. Wait for a break of resistance, wait for the ceiling break, wait for a retest, and once that confirms, then you enter. This is pretty much exactly what happened. If we go on the 15-minute, we can see price broke, it went into the zone, and then it came out, and then that's what I would have entered. So if you entered right here, for example, it went 10 to 15 pips. And then you would have caught your 2 pip stop profit. But as we can currently see right now, this is kind of happening as well, because that was just wick. But what's going on right here now, as we can see, is kind of like live trade action going on, right? And this was also called out on Price Trap. So break, and then we see a retest. We're in the zone right now. So now this is like a pair that I'd be watching to see a green candle form. If I see a green candle, I'm entering. Like that's the whole idea. Like once I see this was a ceiling, broke the ceiling, and is now retesting as a new floor. And then again, because of the rules, what do the rules say? The rule says once price confirms resistance as a new support, it is safe to enter. Once price confirms the ceiling as a new floor, then you enter. It's as simple as that. There's no need to complicate it. There's no need to dress it up. There's no need to use indicators. No need to look at news. No need to do any more fundamental analysis. It's all candles. It's all price action. It's all floors, ceilings, boxes, proper risk management, and waiting for breaks and retests. Simple, easy, easy, right? But a lot of us want to complicate it by bringing in all these different foreign ideas and foreign concepts. The whole main point of trading, to me at least, is to make it enjoyable and to make it, stress free essentially. Like this shouldn't feel like a chore. You know what I'm saying? Like this shouldn't feel like something that you um that you like dread, right? So I hope that makes sense. For this one, I mean, again, the zones pretty much are the same. Like what was this? Like when I called it out, it's been in there for 6 days. It's been in this zone for 6 days, or like in this, it's been price trapped for like 6 days. It's been stuck, just not doing anything. So I mean, what I could do is just readjust, go to the most recent level of a ceiling, so that wick to that body of the candle, and then this bottom wick, and then because the body of the candle is like huge, right? That would essentially be our zone, and that's a massive zone. So what I like to do is go left and look left and see any of these other candles that have been relevant. So I can see, yes, there has been one that was relevant, right? So I just move it there. So it makes it an easier zone to actually capture. Plus most of them, like look at this. Price was a floor, broke the floor, became a ceiling. Or price was a ceiling over here, broke, retest. So this area has been played off of before. So that's why I mean using, and don't get me wrong, you could do this as well too, but then you just have a bigger zone and more room for error. But when you bring it down to this wick or this body of the candle, you have more accuracy. How do you know when to update your zones? That's a good question. The whole main reason of why you update your zones is like one of the ways I would do it, and Chris always says to do this as well too in his strategy, is when you get your 2 pip stop profit hit, when you secure a 2 pip stop profit after it goes 10 to 15 pips as per the rules, right? It says 10 to 15 pips, set a 2 pip stop profit. As soon as that's hit, as soon as your 2 pip stop profit gets hit and you get taken out of the order, you get taken out of the trade, then I would completely delete everything, stand back and kind of like either completely stay away from that pair or just continue to readjust and just delete everything and then go with the most recent levels. That's what I would do. Cool. Thanks for your time. Pretty chill to listen to you. Need to go to school now. Have a good one. Yo, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, like these are all going to be recorded just so everyone knows as well too. So I'm going to stay on here and get to work on these charts. I know this is probably going to go until late in the evening. For anybody who has an early morning or whatever the case may be, I appreciate you sticking on for this long. And again, we're all here to grow. We're all here to advance within ourselves and also on these charts. Chef JPY, let's just jump right back in. It's looking the same. It's looking really like the same. Let's see. What do I mean by 2 pip stop profit? Yeah, what Iwana said, it says it means you move your stop loss up, like, yeah, 2 pips in profit. I believe I went in on these as well too previously, but give me one sec here. Just want to make sure this is right. Okay. Yeah, so Chef JPY is the next one. The zones are pretty much the same. I'm not going to move them at all because it's still trapped. It's still not done anything. It's a ceiling and it's a floor. So this is still an active, these are still active zones essentially. So now we just wait for a break and a retest of either the upside or the downside, and then boom. Then we respond to how price reacts from these zones, and there you go. That's price trap. Super easy, super simple. Grade 5, literally grade 5 could understand this. Wait for that ceiling. Wait for these bars to go above the ceiling. Once the bars go above the ceiling, then you wait for them to go back into the box. And once they go out of the box, then you press buy. You press this buy button right here, and then boom. A 5th grader could do it. It's pretty easy. It's just the I think it's the discipline that it takes to get on here and truly mark everything up. And obviously, if you want to become a better trader, drawing and learning from other traders who are in the results that you desire. So, for example, for me, Christopher Derrick, I mean, he's accomplished amazing things, and so has Christopher Terry, and so have a lot of other traders as well too. I don't just focus on those two, but in the meantime, when you're learning, to finding a real mentor that you can vibe with, and finding a mentor that um, simply has the lifestyle around trading that you desire, and locking in on that, and only keeping your focus about that, and understanding that you're here for a bigger purpose other than to just mark up charts, and what the charts will ultimately give you in the long run, which is a freedom, is truly what's attractive to me about this whole endeavor, and about this whole business, this whole industry. Right? Again, if we're treating this as if it's a hobby, or it's only going to pay you like a hobby, and guess what? Hobbies don't pay much, so you got to get serious about it. If you want to get paid like a professional, you need to treat it like a professional. Like, do you think Christopher Derrick takes this lightly? No, this is a $6.6 trillion a day market where millions and billions of dollars are being moved. So if we're coming in here flipping coins, and if it's heads, I press buy, and if it's tails, I press sell. Like, that's a mindset that won't last long. And I'm not saying this to bash on anybody, because I know people have tried that before. I mean, I don't think personally it's a good way to go about doing it. The only way you can grow is by doing. The only way you can grow is by immersing yourself. How else can you grow if you're not immersed in the water? I'm not saying everyone has to become like a robot and be like completely focused all the time grind. I got no life. I just grind, man. I just all the time grind. That's not sustainable. You're gonna burn out. And again, to be a sound trader, you must have a sound mind. So the fact that you're even taking breaks and taking these little sabbaticals from trading, or just the screen for a minute, rest your eyes, whatever the case may be, that's pretty much giving you more confirmation to be like sustainable in the long term, right? Because we want to be here, like I want to be here for hundreds of years. And I know medical breakthroughs and stuff like that, all that type of stuff, but I'm trying to make my legacy last forever too. Like, oh man, this guy really, like, that's what I want to be talked about, like, where somebody will be reading my eulogy or my funeral or whatever, where the most people are ever, like, that's one of my goals too, is to have the most amount of people at my funeral in recorded history, to leave that much of a positive impact on the planet. Like, man, this guy learned trading. He made so much money off trading that he literally bought poverty. Like, imagine that. Imagine eliminating poverty for everyone. Imagine being that person that, like, started a revolution where everyone realized that their potential wasn't even tapped into, and was the catalyst to inciting this whole, not just revolution within the outside, but within the interior. You know, I'm not saying like you have to trade forever, but I'm saying like when you have time and money, you can follow your passions. You can pretty much like work on whatever you'd like to work on. Spend time with whoever you want to spend time with. I don't know, it's just a beautiful thing to me to see the growth and the progression of like a lot of my friends too. Like it's crazy. You know, some people don't even have jobs anymore. They're just full time markup charts for hours a day, go work out, go hang out with their friends, watch movies. And you know, it doesn't have to be like that, but it's just your life. You know, you're in charge. It's your responsibility. These are your trades. You know, again, nobody's gonna do it for you. And if they do it for you, I mean, where are you learning? You know, like where's your um like practical application, I guess, you know, if that makes sense. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with the chat. I want to see. Let's see. What is the importance? Okay, yeah, sorry. What is the importance of having a 2-pip stop loss? Extremely important. Thank you, Superman, for asking. It's extremely important because not only is it a part of the main rules of price trap, but it just it secures your entries. So for example, um, where was it? Your example. Let's go to this one. Let's say, for example, we see price move 10 to 15 pips as per the rules, right? You see the rules here says 10 to 15 pips in profit, set a 2-pip stop profit. If it goes 10 to 15 pips in the direction that you call, then you set a 2-pip stop profit. The reason why is because it accounts for the spread. So the euro to the British pound has a specific amount of a bid and an ask price, right? Where they're saying this currency is valued at 1 point or 0.89 or 0.903665. It's 364. It's constantly moving. So that's actual price right now. And you can kind of see it moving. But if it goes, you know, again, to the direction that we call and it does decide to do a shift upwards and it goes 10 to 15 pips, we secure a 2-pip stop profit like here. Oh, whoops. Right here. For example, above the zone or above your entry. So that way, even if price did go down, you still get taken out of the trade here with 2 pips. So that means you have blue. That means you came away with 2 pips. That means you won. Maybe the trade didn't happen exactly the way that you wanted it to, but you still collected 2 pips, which is still considered a win. So that's the importance of having 2-pip stop losses in there. Let's see. Sorry. Can't see the screen. Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. But I just want to give that explanation. Yeah, it's better to be stopped out in a little profit than to be stopped out in a loss. And I think I said this on a couple other videos as well too, that like only 4 things can happen in trading. Okay, either you have a small win of 2 pips, you have a big win, or you have a break even, or you have a loss. Right? Only those 4. You should never have a big lose. You should never have a big loss. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into this again. Where are we at here? EuroCAD, cool, it's good. Euro CHF. On to the next one. Hey Alexa, play On to the Next One by Jay-Z. Just kidding. Let's see. So yeah, delete everything and just readapt. I like this one because we're in a continual downtrend, so we could see a shift in momentum here, and structure is really nice. So we'll go to this wick, and we'll go to this body of the candle, and that's how we create our ceiling zone. Floor is the same. We go to the wick, and then the body of the candle. Boom. That's how you do it. Rectangles for visual representation. And we just keep growing, keep moving on. I know a lot of people think that this is mundane and this is like laborious and like all you're doing is drawing shapes on a screen. I mean, it seems kind of bizarre, it seems kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, making, you know, north of $800,000 a month is kind of insane, kind of crazy. So I'm pretty much willing to do whatever it takes to get to that point. No income claims. Obviously past results do not indicate future results, and results are not typical. It does require a lot of hard work, time, energy, um, and discipline to actually achieve great results in trading. So, and I mean, if you guys ever get a chance to meet Chris Derrick one day, or Chris Terry one day, if you get a second of his time, ask him what it took. What did it take to get where you're at? And then have your notebook ready so that way you can kind of learn and grow from the actual individual. Like there's a law of vicinity, right? And obviously, if anybody here has been to convention before, um, or have just been in the same room or been at an event where these traders were speaking, or where they were, um, teaching a seminar, whatever it was. If you ever come face to face with one of these educators, you can kind of ask them like, hey, what did it actually take? And why would they lie? They're already kind of making it, and they're already kind of like good. It doesn't make sense for them to um, like mislead or deceive anybody. It wouldn't make sense to me. Anyways, your GBP, we can kind of keep this one the way that it is. I'm going to be looking for entries off of this level all night here, so I'm going to keep this one as is. Just so you can see all the rules and all the text. Boom. So wait for a break of resistance, check. It already broke above the resistance. Now we're simply waiting for a retest where price closes above the previous level. So we want to see price now move up and then confirm that and close above. Once it closes above, or even once I see a green candle shoot up above this zone, I'm pressing buy. Me personally, obviously trade at your own risk. You could obviously do whatever you want with your own money in your brokerage account, but that's ultimately what I would be looking for. So I will keep this one the same. Let's see. Nice. Is everyone still following along? Cool. Perfect. Awesome. All right, on to the next one. Your JPY. This one was solid. As we can see, what ended up happening was price did a break, retest, could take an entry in any one of these areas. 71 pip potential, and then it would have came up and hit your 2 pip stop profit. Or actually, no, it wouldn't have. I think you were 8 pips away. So you'd still technically be in this, and then we'd have a potential of 97. And then if you're still in it, you'd be at 54. So can keep going on this one. If you're still in this, great. If not, all good. Again, look, we can reset. This is what I would do. I would reset everything, delete everything, clean charts, go here, most recent level, boom, that's your ceiling. And then down here is your floor. That's it. Yeah, like, and I've noticed too, that after consistently drawing on charts for, months on end, you get just a lot faster and a lot more efficient with your movements. You find little tips, tricks, and hacks to make it a little easier. Like I never knew about this button right here, stay in drawing mode. Chris doesn't use it, but it basically means that you can you can draw a trend line, click out, and then you can just click again, makes a new trend line. So it kind of saves some time when you're drawing up these charts. But yeah, these are all things that you kind of have to. It's like an acquired skill, I guess. All of this is a skill. Even the mindset is a skill. Learning how to train your mind and learning how to decipher your emotions when you are trading. There's a line in that one. All good. EUT? JPY, are you serious? Crazy. Okay, next. Euro NZD. Yeah, we saw this one kind of do some choppiness. Like this is just kind of choppy to me, just because of the barriers on the ceiling. A lot of indecision going down, like a lot of going out of the zone, no retests, and then continuing to just be in the zone. So I'd reset. Like if something's choppy, I kind of stay away from it, but just for the purpose of like the video and the education and the demonstration aspect of everything, I'm gonna keep going here. So that will be the floor, and then or the ceiling, and then floor will be this. From that body of the candle to the wick, and then boom. If it keeps continually being choppy, though, I would still recommend everyone stay away from it. Unless you can predict the future, then message me which way it's going. Just kidding. I like this. I like this one. Euro USD. This is pretty cool. We're kind of seeing a retest as we speak right now. I don't know if you guys can see that. But just for the purpose of drawing zones up, I'm going to continue to go with what we're going with. But sometimes you can do this too. So price was a floor, it did a huge shift up, and then momentum down, and then is now becoming a ceiling. And then this would essentially be an entry for a sell. But because of like where price is at, it's always better to just kind of like trap it where it's previously been, and then watch the reaction off of this zone, because it's currently in a zone. So watching for that reaction. If it does decide to go 10 to 15 pips in the sell direction, then yeah, then you can continue to look for those positions. If not, and it does break above, then we just wait for a retest and we keep going. Just like that. So I would put it. So we have a few more minutes on this call, like 10 minutes. To be honest, I think we have like, what, 15 to 16 more of these currency pairs left to go. I just wanted to give everyone kind of an idea of like what this would look like, and some insight on retests. I answered a few questions. Close above on 1 hour, or does it matter? Yeah, like it doesn't matter. No, you can do it on the 1 hour. You can do it on 30-minute. Chris always recommends, like Christopher Derrick, the trade strategy originator always recommends that you wait for retesting to be lower time frames, like 30-minute, 50-minute, 5-minute, and then mark everything up on the 1 hour. But again, like you could take that concept and make it your own. You can mark it up on the 15-minute and take entries on the 5. Like you could do whatever you'd like. That's just like the template. And I mean, if you follow it to a T, yeah, it's been extremely successful just by the track record. So thank you for asking. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mark up as many as I can while the Zoom is still going on. But once this video is done, it's all going to be uploaded to YouTube, and then also going to be setting the like the charts in here as well, just like this, So that way, each and every single pair is up here, and you'll be able to like click on them and then view the. I don't think I put the rules in these ones, but obviously you guys have the rules, and if you don't, I'll go ahead and post those as well too. Heck yeah, let's throw that lo-fi majestic on. Telegram link to the chat. I don't even know what would it be. Yeah, it's t.me/price trap community, and then this one's t.me/price trap. So pretty easy. Just search it up too. Price trap and price trap community. No spaces, no letters or anything like that. Cool. So stay tuned for all the updates. I appreciate every single one of you guys again for hopping on and staying with me. And I hope you have a blessed rest of your Sunday. Let's kill it this week. We'll stay continued to update everything in the community here as well. Super proud of everyone as well too for the growth, and you know, I pray everything goes well for you and your families, and I really hope something good happens to each and every single one of you all this week. Like just full positivity, full goodness, like whatever's good, I want that to happen to you. I straight up do, like all the way, like. Oh my goodness, it's I'm done. I can't even. This is too much. Like, you can't be too positive. I wish all that positivity on y'all, man. Everyone, I love you guys, man. Okay, thank you. That's it. I'm done. I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your night. All this will be done in the next 20 minutes, so watch out for that. Love you guys.
That
Take
nigga's
care. All the best.
on his phone.
Let's go.